Today's reflection is called Education of the Mind and the Heart. We all want to live a happy life, and that is our right. However, many share the view that our existing education systems are inadequate when it comes to preparing people to be more compassionate, one of the conditions for being happy. We all possess the seeds of love and compassion within ourselves. Having a smart brain is not enough. We also need a warm, tender heart. The time has now come to take concrete steps to bring about a real transformation in the ways we educate old people. It is not just educating the children. We must educate everyone, which means re-educating some. We need to combine both an education of the mind with an education of the heart, so that all persons grow up and become as responsible, caring citizens, aware of their obligations in society to every other person within that society, and their responsibilities to all people who aren't strong, who aren't able to work, who aren't as participatory as others. Right now, there's an attitude that, quote, if you are not fully participatory, you are not worthy. So, they say, if you are young, because you are a drain on society due to the cost of your education, the cost of all the programs that the young use that taxpayers must pay for, you are not worthy of life. On the same vein, they say, if you are old, even though you have already paid for your Social Security, and you pay each month for your Medicare premiums, because I, as a taxpayer, must also pay part. You are a drain, so you are not worthy of life. These people seem to forget that the old people paid while they were taxpayers. Facts don't seem to complicate everything for these people, so they ignore all these facts. The disabled of any age are not worthy, because, according to these people, they do nothing and just suck funds out of the system that someone else has to pay for, and they need to go first because they're the least worthy for this reason. Once again, even if they are told that the adult disabled are just like the elderly, with all of their Social Security prepaid and Medicare premiums paid monthly, these self-appointed judges don't wish to be confused by all of these facts. The drug addicts and mentally ill will, some of them still work and some are still sort of productive. They just need to get straightened out so they can keep working. Those that slip into disabled, well, we know what's up with them. Most of them are probably just faking so they don't have to work because they are just lazy. Now, you might think I'm making these up. You might think, oh, she's just coming up with this crap. These are actually things that I hear when I stand in line. These are things, a couple of them, that I heard recently standing in line at Walgreens, which is a local pharmacy. The bigoted thing that believed these was saying them aloud, as loud as I am speaking to you right now, thinking that everyone agreed with her. So she said them as loud as she could to one person who was waiting for her prescriptions. And she said in a very loud voice, and I'm paying for your drugs, so you make sure you don't go selling them to anyone else, you hear me? And so as that lady who had picked up her prescriptions left, I said to the loudmouth, so she's only supposed to sell her drugs to you. Is that what all of us are to understand from that outburst? That you go about regularly buying prescription drugs from others as they leave various Walgreens? Or is it as they leave all local pharmacies? Do you buy from all races or only from black folks in the area? She looked at me with such rage and unfettered hatred. I should have been consumed in flames. The other 14 or so people standing about joined in. They waited, of course, for a moment to see whether or not this woman would kill me. And then one of them said, yeah, what about that? You were so loud about it with that woman. Why so quiet now with us? And then another one said, are you just afraid of white people? She spit at me and stomped out. I mean, literally picking up her feet and stomped her feet as she walked out. And it was a good 65 feet to the front door. This is why we must teach more than just children. Adults, especially the middle-aged and elderly, must meet remedial educated so that they go into required communal living, as they go into the senior citizens' homes and memory care. They've already learned these lessons, what I call how to get along and playground rules, that everyone learned as we children, but they've all forgotten now. Being on the internet helps them forget, because they can be as rude as rats in a hovel on the internet, because no one polices them on the internet. They can be just dogs over a piece of meat on the internet. So here are the rules. Number 1, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Number 2, don't tell what you think, feel, if it will hurt anyone, or if it's snotty, denigrating, or put down. And don't respond with, but I meant for it to be funny. It doesn't matter. You said it in an insulting manner. You actually meant for it to be insulting, but then came back with, but it was supposed to be funny. When in doubt, refer to rule number 1. Number 4, don't walk away when someone introduces you or your family name. A very good friend of mine, somebody I've known for 40 years of my life, posted something today that says, when someone insults your family, walk away. When someone says bad about you, walk away. When someone does this, what does that, does the other thing, walk away. And I said, no, that is not how you solve problems. That is how you reduce your own self-esteem. That is how you tell yourself, I am a piece of trash. I am not worthy standing up for. That is how you show your children, you're not worthy of ever supporting. You're not worth defending. You must defend yourselves, but you defend yourselves with words. Think of Obama. When that bully Trump started doing those birther lies, did he just walk away? No. He defended himself with proper English words. Learn to defend yourself, but use language as your greatest weapon. Speaking well, speaking clearly and quickly will put any bully on his or her heels faster than any well-placed punch. Because they know how to respond to violence, but they haven't a clue what to do if you speak to them. They can return the punch, but intelligent replies, they have nothing in their wee arsenal of a bully's toolbox. Number 5, standing up for yourself does not mean insulting others. Rule number 1 still applies, but being able to say things to the other opponent does not mean that you have to insult them. Things like, my opponent introduces my family to a low level, but she herself is from such a family, therefore attempts to drag down others so she has someone to play with. She had but to ask. I would have come to play with her without lowering my entire family to her level. There is not an insult in there. It may sound like there was an insult when I said her family is that level, but that is just a fact. And there's a joke saying she is trying to introduce others to have someone to play with, but then there's the offer of friendship. It softens everything. But she had but to ask. I would have come to play. That diffuses the playground situation. See, I didn't insult anybody. Number 6. Rule number 1 is the golden rule in disguise. Honor it. Learn the playground rules in your life. Teach them to everyone you work with. If it be only 1, 2, and 3, that is fine. We need to instill those on the internet as well. Peace be with you.